We're back to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you guys are with us. Don't forget to check out golftalkradio.com to find out the latest news about the show and where we'll be next week and all that good stuff. But for right now, let's go to the phones. We got a great friend of ours on the line, the one and only CJ Silas. She's still talking to us after all these years.
It's amazing. I know. It's still.
It's.
She was mentor at first.
We've done well.
Then she became colleagues.
Yes.
And then I never heard from her since.
Oh,
Hi,
Hi.
CJ.
She knew we were okay.
You know what?
We
Here's
need
the
hugs.
thing.
Yeah.
We've known each other for so many years. We met when you were on some FM at night, some station in Slow.
Oh, yeah.
At night. And then we've stayed friends through the whole thing. You came over to 1280. We've been together now at 1280 for, it'll be 6 years in March that I started on the air right before your show on Saturday mornings. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
I
And
do.
I'm super melancholy, but I think it's a great move, and I know you're going to be killing it, and I'll be listening in the morning. I just have to plug in that other station on my little selector in my car.
I got to reprogram my buttons too now. But it is mixed. It's mixed feelings, CJ, because it was very exciting to come over here, and I remember the feeling coming here, and then working with CJ, sitting in the studio, and here running through the ropes with us.
I remember walking in the first time, and CJ
cool.
was finishing up her show,
and being on her show. When we first came over here, she invited us to come on her show. I remember calling from a parking lot somewhere when she's. There's definitely mixed feelings, but the horizon's very bright, and we're excited about
For
the
sure.
future. Yeah.
And you have to promise me that you'll still come on my show. And then, when I think it was 2 years ago, you sat in and did my show for me once when I was home, when I went home for the holidays.
We did.
Did we both?
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was fun, actually.
I was nervous then, too. That's hard.
That was a couple of years ago.
Hard to
Well,
fill those
listen,
shoes.
hey, we love what you do, and you're just going to flourish wherever you go. You've grown from two guys trying to do a radio show to two guys really succeeding doing a radio show, and with a huge listenership, so much exposure all over the internet, all over the radio waves. Just your podcast is killing it. I'm super proud of you, and I'm sad, but I'm happy that your horizons are growing.
We appreciate that.
I've got goosebumps and a tear.
Bill, you got a tissue?
I need tissues here. Next
My
studio,
shirt's
we
all
need
wet.
tissues, man. We need tissues. I got to go to the green room. I'll be right back.
Oh. But I
Thank you,
want you to
CJ.
make me a promise in front of everyone
Okay.
that you'll still come and visit me when things are going big in golf. I don't talk a ton of golf on my show, you know that, because I'm only on once a week. And I'd really like to continue to support the First Tee some way by maybe doing some announcements on the show when you have big things going on. And I just think what you both do in your home lives, your families, your animals, your kids, your wives, just everything, your other jobs. We're super lucky to have you, and I'm glad you're not leaving the area.
Wow, CJ, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
From my heart, you are a superstar, and we appreciate your comments more than you know. Thanks a lot. And we will promise to stay in touch.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
I said chutch.
You got to come
The
over.
greatest thing.
You got to come over and see us too.
Yep.
I know. So your studios will still be in San Luis Obispo, right?
Actually, just down the street.
It's about a 3-iron from here.
Cool. Okay. And on the dial, just to remind everyone, you'll be on what dial on the AM?
It's 9:20 a.m. from 11 to 1, and then it's 12:30 a.m. in Bakersfield from 8 to 10. So it's actually airing twice in a day.
That's awesome. So live in Bakersfield, 8 to 10, and then right after that, 11 to 1 here in Slow on 920.
Yeah, they also have a FM station that mirrors that 920, which we're going to get that information. And
cool.
And Bakersfield's added an FM station as well. So their FM is 101.1, and then the AM is 12:30 a.m. So we're actually technically 4 stations.
I'm trying to write all this stuff down.
I know it's a lot.
How is it that she knows this more than I know? She's
on top of it.
She
man.
really is.
That's her job.
I'm still writing numbers down here. I got some kind of code thing.
And Hancock baseball season starts. Believe it or not, it started yesterday.
The voice.
I'm doing Hancock.
And of course,
Cal
that's when I
Poly
tried to
Stars.
call her.
Oh, you tried to call it?
Yeah, right in the middle of the base. I'm like, I should have known.
Batting third. Hold on, Mike.
I almost picked up and just left the phone open so you could hear what I was doing. But I'm like, I don't know if Mike would
should have done
want to
that.
handle that.
That's awesome.
You
CJ,
should have done that.
You're a superstar, CJ. Thank you for everything.
Are you still doing roller derby?
Yeah, roller derby season opens February 24th in San Luis Obispo. It's a doubleheader.
Wow.
And I'm starting my 12th year, but it's my second year. I'm a ref now. I'm not skating because I don't want to get hit anymore.
Oh, see, I wanted, the reason I asked you that was to clear up some misconceptions. I heard you retired, and then I heard you tell somebody, and then you said something to me about like, oh yeah, well I got roller derby tomorrow, and I thought, wow, she went back.
So she's
I
she's
retired
a ref.
as a skater.
Does that mean you have to skate backwards a lot as a ref?
I do.
That's
I skate backwards. I skate wherever
cool.
I have to keep an eye on the pack.
That's so cool. We got to go watch.
But nobody hits me. It's like the coolest version of roller derby.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I get to skate,
and nobody gets
I don't
hit.
hold grudges. But if there's a girl that I remember did something naughty to me in the past few years,
flag.
she's going to the box. She's going to the penalty box.
Do you throw a flag or you blow a whistle?
You blow a whistle and you use hand signals.
Can't throw a flag. They trip on it. Gets caught up in the skate. Go
Well, maybe
flying
in
out of
the
the
beginning, she just, like that girl that she saw, maybe that did something, she just throws down a flag and goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were supposed to throw a flag.
You know, there's a roller derby skater that just made the Olympic team. I don't know if you saw that story.
Wow.
No.
Her name's Erin Jackson, and she skated roller derby in Jacksonville and Ocala, Florida for a couple of years. She was a speed skater, inline skater, and she decided she was going to try her hand at ice. She was on the ice for about 4 months total, and she's the first African-American. She made the U.S. Olympic speed skating team last month, and she's going to go represent the U.S. in the 500. Isn't that crazy?
That
She's
is
a derby
so
girl.
cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be knocking into the other competitors in that, right?
No, but she'll definitely, if anything happens, if there's any, sometimes they'll bump a little bit, but they really try not to. She'll just be like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
What, you're just tapping me. That's nothing.
What was your call name when you were doing it? Was it something to do with Dodgers, or you a Dodger or something?
I'm still Dodge Her Blue.
Yeah, Dodge Her Blue.
Dodge Her
That's
Blue.
so cool. Love it.
Nice. And then, Siege,
Dodge
throw out
Her
your, for the listeners, throw out your show and when you're on again and how they can listen to
I have
you.
a big show this week, too, by the way. I'm
You've
on
been having
Wednesday
amazing
nights
guests.
Live at 5 Wednesday nights on ESPN Radio 1280, ESPNRadio1280.com on iTunes, and CJSilasShow.com. This week, I've got John Clayton from ESPN to talk Super Bowl.
Wow.
And then, believe it or not, check this out, Brabs.
Yes.
Maury Wills, legendary stolen base leader.
Wow.
Man.
He's on the show on Wednesday night as well because Wednesday's
Wow.
Jackie Robinson's birthday.
Oh my gosh, huge show.
I just got chills.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
See, she's
big
big.
show.
Are you going to Minnesota? Is that where the Super Bowl
You know
is?
what? I'm not. I mean, because of everything else I have going on here with Hancock baseball, for me to travel over Super Bowl weekends now is just too difficult.
Yeah, that's Minnesota's awesome, but this time of the year it's brutal.
Well, she wears a lot of hats.
Yeah, and I don't mean to be bratty, but I've been to enough Super Bowls.
That's true.
I want to watch them now. I don't want to work at them anymore. I want to enjoy them.
Well, with the last few minutes we've got, since we're talking NFL, what's your feeling? I mean, I think I know what you think, but what's your feeling on the Patriots versus the Eagles? Who do you like and why?
I'm rooting for the Eagles just because I'm a Dolphins fan. So I can never root for the
Nice.
Patriots because they're in the same
Nice.
division as my Dolphins. But there's a magic in this team that I don't understand with Brady and Belichick and the chemistry of this squad that it's almost like they can't lose in big games no matter what the status is, whether it's injuries or whatever else. They just seem to find a way to win. But the chemistry with the Eagles right now is the best I've seen in years.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be one of the biggest watched games because they anticipated. So for both reasons.
There's
Can they
a lot
take down the Kings? Can they take down the?
And there's
the
there are a lot of
Patriots?
people out there going to watch because they want the Patriots to lose.
And
that's what they want.
Right, that's what I mean. Can they see them get toppled, or there's a lot to go to watch them see them set all kinds of new records.
Yeah. It's so amazing too, CJ, because I watched that whole game against Jacksonville, and I don't usually watch a whole football game anymore. And they were down 20 to something, 10 at half or something like that. And you just kind of I thought for a moment, like, you know what, the Patriots are actually going to lose.
Yep.
And I thought to myself,
that's what I thought.
And then they came out from the hat, and I'm like, they're not going to lose. You just know they're going to win.
Crazy.
And I heard somebody ask the other day, and this would be for one of your shows, which I'm sure you've already done this, but is Tom Brady now, has he passed Michael Jordan as far as the greatest athlete, if you think Michael Jordan's the greatest athlete ever to live?
Oof.
With all the championships.
Was he going for 6?
Yeah.
Is this
I mean,
sixth?
This is, I think, is it 8
But
Super Bowls in 13 years?
Could be a 6th win. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard question because it's different eras and guys are taking care of themselves differently than they did. In fact, you were talking about it last week with hydration and there's so many different things men, women do in athletics that keeps them stronger, longer, safer, and healthier because of nutrition, hydration, different types of therapy that are more innovative. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. Yeah. We might be able to say that Tom Brady's one of the best football players we've ever seen, but I don't think you can compare him to a basketball player. I just don't think it's fair.
That's a good point.
But basketball players aren't getting banged around as much as quarterbacks.
Basketball's pretty hard.
Well, I know,
sport.
but they're great athletes. I get it. I know how much they move and stuff, but they don't get, getting slammed even after he lets go of the ball. He gets knocked to the, he get beat up pretty good.
Speaking of getting knocked around, when you think of Tom Brady and you think of NFL and how they have all the concussions and concussion protocol and stuff, has he ever had a concussion?
Yes, he has.
Once?
I don't know how many times, but I know he's had at least one.
They probably don't report him a whole lot.
I mean, you look at all the quarterbacks that got knocked out this year. Just Wentz even from the Eagles.
Look at you being NFL, buddy.
Oh, I follow the NFL like nothing.
Well,
man.
that's a credit, though. It's more of a credit to Tom Brady's offensive line than it is.
That's true.
He's not a great courier.
That is so
He's not
true.
a great. His feet are good, but he's not the best foot movement guy in the NFL. His offensive line is just right on point with him most of the time.
And the play and the drop of the plays.
But he reads defenses.
Yep.
How great does he read a defense? I mean, he reads the defense.
All of it, man.
He is a master.
He is a master.
Just like CJ in the radio.
Just like CJ in a radio show.
Yes.
Listen, I know you're
Brady.
coming up on a national break, but there's one story out of Philadelphia. If I don't have enough time to tell you, you should look it up.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago during the divisional round, the Eagles were super annoyed that they were the underdog for that game against Atlanta. Ooh. And one of the guys was up late with some of his friends. There were like 4 guys. I think Chris Long was one of them, and they found these dog masks on Amazon and bought some. And
we're going to check that out.
Which I saw pieces of that. Thank
CJ,
you, CJ.
thank
Love
you.
ya.
Peace out.
See ya.